Hello everybody and welcome to lisahortoncrafts. I've been asked about my ink pads and the differences between them. So I thought I would pop in with a quick video for you just to tell you all about the inks, what they do and how you can use them. And you can also see what the benefits are to each of the ink pads and why we bring so many styles of pad. So firstly, let's talk about our blending ink. So our range of inks are called Cloud9, and the matte blending ink is one of our core lines of ink pads. Now we have 3 releases of these ink pads. We have 34 colours, I think it is now, and that's 3 releases. The first release was 10 colours. The second release and third release both had 12 colours. So why do we need our blending inks? There are plenty of inks on the market. What makes yours so special is the question I get asked. So when we look at our ink pads, they are a really good size. So these ink pads measure package wise 7 centimeters, which is about 2 3/4 inches. And that is same for all of these 3 ink pads. And when you open them, you will see our ink pads go quite close to the edge. So the actual amount of space you're going to get in that ink pad is 6.5 centimeters, which is close to 2.5 inches. So there's a very good area of working and stamping for you. Now, these are a chalk base, so they have a felt pad. And you might be able to pick that up. It isn't a spongy pad, it's a felt pad. And this means they are going to be great for many things. They are a beautiful ink for blending. They give you stunning results for blending. I will show you, it's not the same colour, but I will show you how they blend. They blend seamlessly and they are really good for faux bleaching. So some of the larger areas here are the faux bleaching technique we can use with our ink pads. Not only that, they are great for stamping. They're going to give you a lovely result for stamping. They're going to be great for using with your stencils, your smooshing technique. So you can be able to get that oxidized look if you pop your ink down onto your mat, pick it up with water and do lots of different techniques with them. This is where they are going to come into their own. They're stunning, very easy to work with, and they are one of our core inks. Water-based, so obviously they are going to wipe clean and they're going to be great for using with your, not messy techniques, but you can use them with messy techniques, but you can also use them with your simple techniques of blending, of using them through stencils, stamping, all sorts of things. So they are a really good all-round ink pad. Second ink pad, the ones that are very, very different to anything else I have seen on the market. These have absolutely been a phenomenal success worldwide. These are our interference inks. So what do I mean by that? I've got a little swatch book, which I'll show you shortly. But when you look at the cover, you can see your ink pad is a blue and purple lid. The left-hand side is always what you will see on white card. This side is what you will see on black card. No, they're not two halves of an ink pad. When you open it, they will look blue. It will look the colour as it will appear on white card. So when you open it, whatever that colour is, that's how it will be on white card. Sometimes when we make them, we can't quite get the colours right on the front because they change so much in the formulation and how they look when they're actually in the pad. Now these come on a foam base. So these are a dye and a pigment mix. And when they dry fast. So when I say they're not a blending ink, that's a slight misnomer really, because you can reactivate these. So you can pop your ink down, and I would do a whole video on these inks separately, but you can pop your ink down and it will dry quickly. But if you pop more ink down next to it, it will reignite the original ink. So you do get a very cool blend. But The beauty of these is when you pop this onto black card, you will get purple. You can also still do your faux bleaching techniques. You can still do your blending techniques. You can still do your embossing techniques with your embossing powders. But let me show you this. I'll pop the lid back on. And when we look at this little chart, I've just given you an example here. So this colour here is peacock tails. This colour here is peacock tails. So you can see on white card here, you're going to get that blue as I describe on the package. And when you pop it onto black card, you get purple. So all of our ink pads are going to do the same thing. So this colour is Summer Garden. So the ink pad lid for this one would be green that side and blue that side, because you get the green on the white and then you get the blue. And the shimmer from these is just outstanding. And I know the camera probably doesn't do them justice, but they're absolutely beautiful. The final ink pad I'm going to talk to you about is our opaque white ink pad. And this is a pigment ink and it is a slow drying ink. When we lift the lid off, you'll see it's white. It's great for blending. It's great for your heat embossing. And it's also incredibly opaque. You can mix this with water and you can do your, if you want to, maybe a snowy background, something like that, it'll work perfectly. You can also mix this with other colours as well. If you want to do painting with it, you can absolutely do that too. So let me just show you here. So black cardstock, and I added water to the ink and I flicked it onto the cardstock, and that's the result you get with our opaque white. It's a great stamping ink as well. So if you want white ink on your card, it's going to be perfect. And I'll bring back that blue piece of card, and the smaller spots you might pick up, like here, for example, this is the white opaque, and you can see it gives you a brighter finish than it does when you do your faux bleaching technique. So you can see here, little bits here and down here, you can see all of those are the white opaque ink. So that's your opaque. That's your blending ink in the background. And these are your interference colour changing inks that you can use on black and white card. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below in the video, but just an idea of how to use our range of Cloud 9 ink pads.